In through the nose and out. Greatness, greatness. Oh, happy Thursday. Happy day 2 of awakened awareness. Today we're journaling. Well, we're going to journal today, but we're journeying in. We're journeying within us. Yesterday we kind of tapped into the states of consciousness that we can take advantage of, the frequency that we want to be within, um, and the vibrations that we want to be within, the levels of consciousness, what have you. Now we're really journaling. Gosh, I need to journal apparently. Now we're really journaling within us. What's going to happen as you start becoming more aware of yourself, as you become more aware of your emotions, your thoughts, sensations, experiences. The entire point of this is to really develop um, a sense of who you are, a sense of how you are, a sense of how you live, how you want to live. That is the overall journey of awareness. And as we develop more and more awareness, we develop a state of mind of the person we want to be. We put that person at the forefront. Um, Developing awareness is having your back. It's being on your team. It's being on your side. It's allowing the factors of life to be going on and letting them happen around you without you feeling responsible for them, because you know you can only handle what's going on within you and only so much of what's going on around you. You can influence it, and that's part of the awareness as well, is influencing what's going on around you, but you decide how you influence it, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, things of that nature. um, a big process of this, of awakening your awareness, is really checking in with your emotions. um, a lot of us, I feel like in the world, a lot of us are disconnected with anger. Anger is seen as such a negative emotion that we don't want to even attach to it. We feel guilty about having it, whether it's towards our parents, whether it's towards our children, whether it's towards our spouse, our partner. Anger was a complete negative emotion to me growing up. It wasn't expressed properly because it wasn't understood. And I want you to open up to any emotions that you don't necessarily understand. Maybe write those down and feel into those a little bit. Write down, why you don't address the emotion. I didn't like to address anger because I was always taught it was negative, but also because I felt like I didn't have a right to be angry ever. And that's when that anger turned into resentment and bitterness. And that's, part of the awareness as well, is realizing that if you don't process certain emotions, they get worse. um there's that emotional scale, and I'll post that in the group. And I'm sorry, I just realized I didn't post the consciousness levels yesterday. I'll post those today as well. But there's an emotional scale, um that it shows basically, the levels of emotions. Like the lowest emotional state is usually depression and grief, despair, powerlessness. And the highest emotional scale, on the emotions, is like joy, appreciation, empowerment, freedom, love. Like emotions you want to feel a lot. Um, but yet we feel the fear, the grief, the despair, the powerlessness so much more. And I really think it's because of the fact that we honor the good emotions, but we don't honor the bad ones. And because we're not honoring the bad ones, we really can't fully honor the good ones. And I hope that makes sense, because your capacity to honor those emotions, of the bad emotions, the anger, the hatred, the rage, the blame, the worry, the doubt, the disappointment, the fear, the grief, the despair, the powerlessness, the insecurity, the guilt, the unworthiness, all of those, and your ability to capitalize on them, your ability to be aware of them, to be aware of where they are in your body. Like, even if I say the word revenge or hatred or rage, where does that where do you feel that in your body? Do you feel it anywhere when I just say that word? So that is awareness. That is bringing you to a point of awareness. This way we can really heal those emotions and get you to the other side of the scale, but get you to the point where you're on the other side of the scale where you are actually feeling the deepest level of joy you have ever felt in your entire life, the deepest level of happiness you've ever felt in your entire life, because you are actively processing those negative emotions, processing them well, becoming aware of them, knowing where they come from. And that in turn gives you the power to feel those other emotions so much more, so much more. Hi, Yara. I just saw. Hi, good evening. I love you. You're so wonderful. I felt you today. I hope you had like a good day today, because I felt you coming in to me today, and just some great things. So, but I'll talk to you about them later. But I'm so excited to just have you feel these emotions, because I want you to know, whatever emotions they are, these negative ones, you're worthy to feel them, and you should be more aware of them, and you should be feeling them and healing them, because if we don't honor them properly, we don't it sours our opportunity to get to those other emotions, or to completely fill them and feel them with bliss. um So, one of my greatest tools that I use on a semi regular basis, is journaling. It's a key factor for getting comfortable within yourself, allowing you to reflect. You're putting a lot into the process of just writing something down. So, there's an emotional connection there as it is. There are times where I don't wanna journal at all. Those are the times where I need to journal, because of the fact that they I know I need to get something out, and it's the easiest way to get something out is to write it down. Even if you can't identify it, just start writing, and usually that'll knock me into gear. So, I want you to, if you are not somebody that journals a lot, I completely understand it. Sometimes I have those blocks as well, but it's a really beautiful way and a really trusting way for you to establish a relationship with yourself, but also a relationship with those emotions. Um, because you're putting so much thought into the process of it. You're really honoring yourself, and you're honoring whatever is coming through. So definitely, please, start journaling. It's going to really be helpful to you. Emotional intelligence, and this is where the emotional scale is still going to be prevalent, but emotional intelligence is the backbone of awareness. Because when you become emotionally intelligent, you are somebody who is fluidly feeling, healing, and experiencing their emotions. And a lot of us aren't doing that as it is. I mean, just the world in general. Emotions are bad. Like, that's, unfortunately the way it is. But emotional intelligence and the importance of like recognizing and managing your emotions is the key to awareness. It's the backbone of awareness. And there are several things that you can do. Like I said, the journaling and regulating yourself, those are big factors of emotional intelligence. So you become aware of where the emotions are coming from. That's obviously self-awareness. Self-regulation is managing your impulses and soothing yourself and responding appropriately. So when a big example of self-regulation is like do you remember the QVC channel? Um, I used to watch it sometimes, and when I was angry, I would notice that I'd buy things off of it. So, like, isn't that such a weird thing? Like, but so manage your impulses. When you notice you're activated, when you notice that something is happening and you don't like it and you know how you're going to react, that is when you enact self-regulation. You are going to be there to face it head on, not make the wrong decision, and soothe yourself properly and respond appropriately. You are managing your impulse because you are regulating yourself. That is the goal here. Because that is the development of awareness as well, is regulating your reactions. So managing your impulses, when somebody attacks you, mentally, emotionally, you have to really check in with yourself. We don't want to erupt back. They are looking to get a rise out of you. They are looking to set you off. They are looking to trigger you, and they know how to do it, right? This is where self regulation comes in. You have the tools because you are here, because you want to be aware of yourself. Because you have this awareness, they necessarily likely do not. So you are really in control here of how you are going to respond to them. And because you know how to regulate yourself, you don't have to worry about them. I mean, you do, but you really don't, because this is what you know, how to soothe yourself, and you know how you're going to respond. So if somebody comes to you and they're a very triggering person, they're not somebody who cares about themselves, and they place that on you. They say, "Oh, well, it must be nice, to be able to take care of yourself. I can't do this, blah, blah, blah." And they keep egging you on a little bit where, "Oh, it must be nice, you have this life, you have this house, you have this greatness. It must be nice to have a man that loves you," you know, whatever it is. Or, "It must be nice to just, have your own business all day." There's so many different things that people come up with of ways to try and trigger you. And all it is comparison, unfortunately. It's you are doing something they want, apparently, or they're upset that you're living your life and they're not living theirs. And that's not okay with them. Of course it's not okay with them. That really sucks for them. I mean, let's be honest, but let them be. Let them be that way. Your response is, you know, "You're right. This is your life. You We're going to agree to disagree and walk away." That's allowing you to regulate. That is allowing you to manage your impulses, because especially with somebody who's narcissistic and just trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get you to the emotional scale where they are at. And that's why awareness is important, to get yourself regulated. This way, when that happens, because they're everywhere. Narcissistic, unaware people are everywhere. And it's up to you. It really is up to you to develop this awareness. This way you have that peace, and they don't get to disturb your peace. You worked way too hard to get that peace, and they don't get to disturb it. And that's where regulation comes in, because if you act the way they are, you're no better than them. If you act the way they do, that's exactly what they want. They want you to be at their level. No, no, no. We don't need to be at their level. We don't need to visit there. We can have the empathy. We can have the, I'm really sorry this is happening to you, and this has happened to you a lot. Maybe not say that part. Maybe take passive aggressiveness out of it. Maybe that's something I need to work on. It probably is. It is. All right, it is. But really just trying to find as quick of an ending as possible to get you to the point where you are regulated again and you can move on with your life. Um, don't let people get to you. Your goal is to be in healing. Wherever your shadow shows up, where, you may, they got the better of you and you snapped back at them. Um, really check in with yourself in that moment and say, why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve with this? And in the moment, that is awareness of, okay, I'm having an argument with somebody or I'm having a conversation with somebody. It's getting heated. And my reflection is, and my motivation is to get out of this conversation as soon as possible, but to have an ending of peace for me. How do I get that? There's a level of discernment in the moment, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. But once you start developing it in just normal situations, like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like when you get activated by somebody and then you have to get in your car and drive and you're just like, oh, I wish somebody would pull out in front of me right now, pull out in front of me, like, and then somebody does pull out in front of you and it's just like, ooh, they gave me permission to tail them and honk my horn at them. This is awareness. This is awareness of being aware of, okay, I was triggered before, and now this trigger has processed over into this part of my life where I am literally tailing somebody that, even though they didn't know how to drive, but whatever, I'm tailing somebody right now because I didn't react appropriately in an earlier time. So developing awareness in the moment is very important because it really allows you to have power over how you live each moment of your day. There's a sense of empathy that is available to us. Now, a lot of us are empaths, but we're over empathetic. There is toxic empathy to the point where you are so empathetic to somebody that you take responsibility for their problems. You take responsibility for their issues. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We are not doing that anymore. Now, just because we are working on ourselves, and what a benefit to the entire society and world that we are willing to do this work. Like I said yesterday, you need to let them do their own work. And I need to reiterate this because as mothers, as women, we're the caregivers, the caretakers, people come to us like, I get it. I get it so much. There's an empathetic part of us, but they need to solve their own problems. They need to solve their own problems. You can be a sounding board, you can offer advice, but the awareness I want you to have is that if somebody is coming to you fairly consistently with the same problems over and over and over again, it is not the problem that is the problem. It is the person that is the problem. And it's not your job to make them realize that. But it is your job to take care of yourself and take care of your energy to ensure that they are not taking advantage of you. And this happens a lot where people love people that are empathetic, that offer advice, that offer love, that offer, help. But there comes a point in time where that person needs to take responsibility for themselves. That person needs to be able to handle what is going on in their lives themselves. We can be supportive, we can show love, we can show concern, we can show honoring for their needs, but we cannot take responsibility. We cannot compromise ourselves for other people. Say it with me. I am not compromising myself for other people. I am not compromising myself for other people. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just there seems to be so many of us that are the empathetics that take on so much of other people. And I think like I feel like even my mom did this, like, because she was like in the what's that movie called? My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where the woman's just like, the women are the neck. We control where the head moves. I mean, I feel like we control the entire body, honestly. Like I'm telling you what to do, where to go, what to wear, how to take a bath. I mean, like people don't a lot of people they don't know anything. They do though. We're not letting them know things, we're not letting them figure it out. Meanwhile, I feel like I've been the one that I've had to figure it out. Why am I the one that has to figure it out for everybody else? I'm not, you're not that person. People can figure it out themselves, and you have to let them. Let them, honey. Please. You deserve this. And they deserve this, honestly, too. Because this is where, like, the people pleasing and the codependency and all of this toxic relationship comes in. And we didn't mean for it to happen, but that's how it developed over time because we were with people that didn't have awareness at all. Like, just didn't have awareness at all. And it's just like this harsh hamster wheel. Like we're in lava trying to get through it. And we're just sinking. So toxic empathy, the way to solve that is becoming aware of it, maybe writing down the relationships where that has shown up. Women who are in relationships where they are the caretaker and the caregiver, the empath, but also the protector, the controller, the the woman that does it all. It was seen as such a great thing. You're so independent, you're so incredible. Yeah, but like then I attracted men that wanted mommies, and I'm done being a mommy. Like I don't want to be a mommy. I want to be a respected woman. I want to be protected. I want to feel safe within my relationship. And it starts with feeling safe within yourself. And that is what awareness is. So, really beautiful things coming through. Thank you. Yes, I used to be that for always taking on other shit. Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, triggered, right? I mean, for real. Woo! Yeah, exactly. And these relationships just show up everywhere. And it's unfortunate that they do. I mean, but this is the harshness of awareness as well. Like kind of really seeing that a lot of the relationships that we have, we're trauma bonded. And we've been overwhelmed for so long because we've been living against what we're supposed to how we're supposed to be living. There's supposed to be a balance here. Not all relationships like 50-50. That's sometimes it's 70-30, but a lot of us feel like our relationships are 90-10, and they shouldn't feel like that. They shouldn't be like that. So, and that's where the toxic empathy comes in, because it's just like we're not really taking care of ourselves until we develop this awareness. So there's a lot of ways to acquire additional healing when it comes to awareness. I call it car therapy. There's a lot of great roads in my area where you can just drive, turn up that music, and get going. That's a really great way if you are in the moment and can leave, and the person's not like they just keep like attacking you and you actually have to like leave the space. Do that. Listen to some have you the show Oh Dead to Me, where she goes in the car, Christina Applegate goes in the car and she's screaming like death metal music. Like do that. Like get it out. Like that's awareness of you just being overwhelmed in a situation and getting yourself out of there. You are your best, biggest awareness advocate in that moment, because this person's trying to trigger me. If I stay here, I am not going to be able to control or handle myself. And that is awareness. It's not the best step, no, but for that moment, it absolutely is. So give yourself some grace because this is going to take time. We're not going to walk with our chest held high tomorrow and be like, "Oh, I'm the most awareest person in the room," kind of thing. This isn't what this is about. This is about development, and there's going to be a lot of relationships. A lot of you said you were going through transitions and transformations, and that's what awareness is all about. Because as we become more aware, we set standards for ourselves, we set boundaries for ourselves to protect ourselves because we are worth something. We are valued. We love ourselves. And this is how we should have been treated. And now that we feel this value, know our worth, this is how you're going to treat me. And if you're not going to treat me like this, then you don't get to deserve this. You don't get to be around this. You don't get to be a part of my life. So the car therapy thing, big thing for me, really wanted to share that with you. When I wake up in the morning, my alarm clock says, "Good morning, gorgeous." And then I go right into my motivational app and it gives me a couple of affirmations to start my day. It really, really helps at the beginning of the day, especially if you didn't get the best sleep or if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. It happens to us sometimes. Maybe your husband was snoring all night. What do I know? That's just a non-personal experience. But you just didn't get enough sleep and you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and it's like, bleh. Watching and seeing those affirmations is a really beautiful thing because it allows you to kind of check in with yourself. It gives you an appreciation. Also, I put sticky notes throughout the house. Here, I'll show you one real quick. The sticky notes, I have some throughout the house. By where I do my business, where I in my daughter's room, I have like mother quotes like "I'm the perfect mom for her." Supportive quotes like this: "I have everything I need to achieve everything I want." And I put these everywhere, like random quotes, that random inspirations everywhere, because I will tell you that the imposter syndrome is real and it comes through a lot, unfortunately. But when I see those, sometimes I have to change the areas of them because when you get used to something in a certain area, you don't even recognize it anymore. So I change the areas of them frequently. But once I feel good about it, and I feel good about the quote, I get rid of it. But I have everything I need to achieve everything I want. So maybe if you have some post-its tonight, write down 5 of them and place them throughout the area of your house, throughout where you're going to see them. It's a really great tool. So I know a lot of you were talking about transformations, the transitions, and everything. Awareness isn't doable without goals. Like, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What standard do you want to set? What boundaries do you want to set? Is there something you want to accomplish? So one of the tasks today, normally I would do like a journal prompt and things like that. But one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to write down, we're going to get excited about this. Let's get excited. Let's get excited because there's so many things that are happening for you that you don't even know. Like there's so much happening. There's so much that you're putting into the universe, like just the fact that you're here. There are 19 other people here in this group with you. 19 other connections that you have. 19 other people that are awakening their awareness to become better people, to live the life that they want to live the life that they love, who have said that, I am of value, I am of worth, I am setting goals for myself. And this is what we are doing. The task is I want you to write down 100 things that you want to accomplish, that you want to feel, that you want to have, that you want to get vacation that you want to go on, maybe a course you want to take, maybe a certificate that you want to get, maybe you want to be in a healthy relationship, maybe you want to have another baby. It could be something as, hey, I want to cook myself an intuitive breakfast on Wednesdays. It could be something as small as that, or as big as, hey, I'm getting a blinking Cadillac this year, or whatever. I'm going to Maui. I'm going to Tulum, Mexico. I want to go on a retreat this year. 100 things, 100 of them. Big, small, grand, $1 million, $1 billion. I want to get stock in Microsoft. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down, and I want you to get excited about it, because you should get excited about it, because this is the greatest level of awareness. Because when you write these things down, you are putting a message directly out into the universe that you want this, that you are open to receive this, that you are opening up to let this happen, that you are literally sending out signals of energy to every single one of us in this group, saying, all right, I'm done fucking around. This is what I want. These are the things that I'm gonna get. These are, and who cares if we don't get them? I mean, but this is to put us into perspective of everything that we want. So I want you to write down 100 things you want to have, accomplish, whatever. And then I also want you to comment in the group, comment at least 5. Pick 5 out of 100, comment them into the group. I'll set up a thread. And then also do 10 things that you have accomplished already. Like 10 big things that you have accomplished, but maybe thought you weren't even going to, So put those in the group. So 5 things that you want to accomplish, and then 5 things that you've already accomplished. But in your own journal, 100 things that you want to accomplish. So putting those in the group and commanding those out there. Like I said, we are putting an energetic vibration out there, that we are in this vibration of getting what we want, because we have unlocked our awareness, because we are going to move like the person that is the millionaire. We're going to move like the person that is emotionally healthy and well. We're going to move and do things just like the person we want to be, just like our best version of ourselves is. And we're going to treat ourselves like that too. That's how you manifest awareness. You start treating yourself, because the body knows no different. The body doesn't know that you only made $3 today. The body doesn't know that you made $2,500 today. It really doesn't. There's an energetic frequency, absolutely, but the body can't tell. But yet the body is keeping the score within us. So as we develop body awareness in our present moment, that is when we can capture the emotional capacity more and the emotional awareness more, because so many things are kept in our body, the way we feel, like I said, like the anger and everything like that. Like as soon as you check into your body, you have a body awareness about it, then you are able to capitalize on it more. That's part of the awareness. So this is I want us to really check into ourselves here. We're going to be doing a awareness scan. If you are able to, find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. And take a few deep breaths in through the nose. And ocean breathing, breathe out. Settle into your body. And if your mind wanders, just always remember just to connect to your breath. And as you continue to breathe deeply, bring your awareness to any areas of tension or discomfort in the body. I want you to check in with yourself. And I want you to finish this sentence, either to yourself or out loud. Right now, I am feeling, fill in the blank with an emotion. And I'm sensing in my body and identify any kind of sensations you're feeling. Calm, tension, peace, light, awake, pressure. What are you sensing in your body right now? And focus on one sensation. I'm curious about my body's tension or awakeness, pins and needles, pain. I am connecting with what is in my body. I am connecting with the tension. Really observe it. Observe that sensation and ask your body to show you, why you're feeling this way. Where's it coming from? Maybe some images come to mind, a person, a place, a feeling. And notice your breath as you're focusing on that feeling. Are you still doing your ocean breathing? Breathe into that area where you may feel that sensation, that emotion. Breathe right into it. Send that energy there. Now check in with your overall body. Check in with how you feel. Has that feeling been released? It's still there? Do you feel comfortable confronting it more at another time? And when you get a chance, just open your eyes. And that's just a little awareness exercise, to really check in. Because, like I said, the body keeps the score. And just notice how you feel after this. Um, Notice if that feeling traveled somewhere else. Was it a good feeling? Was it a bad feeling? Reflect on it. Um, I want you to know how grateful the world is that you're here today. Um, like I said, we live in a world where it is odd to be aware. Um, and what a blessing it is that you're here to foster a sense of betterment for yourself, um, and betterment for others. Um, the more aware you become, the deeper your availability for connection is. Um, you'll realize as well, and this is the part of awareness that kind of stinks, that there are people out there that unfortunately don't have a depth. They lack depth. They lack awareness. Um, you are responsible for your journey, and I'm going to reiterate this, not anybody else's. Um, and as you develop more and more awareness, it gets harder to work on friendships that aren't a part of this journey, that aren't going to take the responsibility of developing awareness. Friendships should, and friendships, partnerships, lovers, everybody. There should be connections in your life for that feature empathetic listening and authentic communication, that have equal value and support, that you feel comfortable going to, if you had an issue about anything, somebody that you can immediately go to that is fully accepting of what's going on in your life, that you don't have any just inauthentic feelings, that is going to, these people aren't going to trigger you in any way. They're going to honor how you feel. They're going to see how you feel, and they'll know what to do. Those are the friendships that you should have, and we should be cultivating through this. And that's what happens with the development of awareness. You will notice that the dynamics of your life change because you're now setting the standard of the person that you want to be. And that's why we're writing the 100 things down, because it really puts into perspective what's important to you and what's not, and even who's important to you and who's not. So, yeah, tomorrow's our last day. I hope this has been wonderful for you thus far. Um, like I said, your assignment tonight, 100 things you want to accomplish or do or feel. And then we're gonna comment in the Facebook group. I'll put a thread together of 10 big things you want to accomplish. Um, and then 10 big things you have accomplished already, and then 5 things you want to accomplish for the future. Um, this way we can really reflect to each other. That's the biggest thing. The more we talk about goals and the more we talk about what we want to do and who we want to be and how we want to live, the better and bigger the possibilities get. So I'm so thankful you were here today. Thank you so much. You are nothing but a beacon of greatness and love, and I have nothing but awe and love for every single one of you. So, way to go. Day 2. See you tomorrow for day 3, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. I'm not changing it. 10 a.m. I know some people can't be on. If you're hitting the replay, please comment replay. And I love everything about you. Awakened Awareness, day 2. Peace out.